Hello, it's Mrs. Durst, and today we are going to start our symmetrical bug project. It is going to turn out so beautiful and colorful, but first we have to do a little research. And if you look inside your beautiful bug packet, you will be able to look through and see how different bugs can look. There's a beetle, there's a very interesting weevil. He's a little more thin, but look at how symmetrical even a weevil can be. And our bugs are going to be filled with gorgeous color. There are all kinds of different bugs in this packet. So I want you to look through it and get one that you kind of love the shape. And then we're going to invert and look at the camera down here. What you want to find is your piece of black construction paper that's about 12 by 15. And you're going to need a pencil and an eraser. And that's all for today. But really look through this packet before you get started. So go ahead and pause the video and then start her up when you want to get started drawing. Now, Mrs. Durst got to look through her packet a little earlier today. Oh, excuse me. And I just have a hard time choosing. I tell you, I think all of these are so interesting. This firefly with these wings, very interesting. So I tried to decide if I wanted to do a beetle or what, but I think I'm going to go kind of in this shape direction. I kind of really love how this beetle looks. Now, does my drawing have to be identical to this? No, no. In fact, I want you to go off book, so to speak, and create your own pencil drawing of a beetle. So on this paper, you can use it vertically or horizontally. So if you're doing something with some big wings, you may want to go horizontally. I'm going to work on mine vertically. That means up and down, not side to side. And I'm just going to get started. I'm going to find the midpoint on my paper, and that is your most important thing. So you want to put a little pencil dotted line right down the center of your paper. And if you're working horizontally, your dotted line will go also up and down. Sorry, it will also go up and down. So whether you're working vertically or horizontally, you want your up and down line. That's your symmetrical or symmetry line. Okay, so anything that happens on this side of the paper will also be happening on the other side of the paper. That is symmetry. So if we look on this bug, he has two eyes, and let's imagine he has a line right down the center. Okay, two eyes. These shapes are the same on both sides. Same with this. Now your legs are going to be more organic. They may not match. They're directional. He may be walking. But your bug in general should have a lot of pleasing symmetry. So I'm going to create my bug with a head. All bugs have a lovely head. And see how I've tried to make one side the same as the other. Now, is it perfect? No. Perfection is a little difficult sometimes. Perfection is not important. What I want to see is an attempt at symmetry. So I'm going to put a couple of eyeballs up there. I like googly eyes. And then I think I'm going to continue with maybe an interesting round piece on him like that. And then I'm going to make a chubby bug. My bug is going to have a very chubby body. I believe that's called the thorax. I am going to have a line where the wings come together. And I think I'm going to do kind of an organic line here on my bug. So I'm going to mimic that organic line for the most part over here. All right, let me see. Black paper is not showing up as good. Can you see my pencil line? There we go. So I'm going to continue to draw my insect. Now, insects have 6 legs. That's important, or it will not look like an insect. So 1, this one will go down this way, 2, and the back leg 3. That would mean 3 legs on each side. And I'm not trying to make my legs perfectly symmetrical, sort of, but I am trying to make sure they look kind of like they go to the same bugs, similar at best. Now, another thing bugs often have are antennae. You can see on this particular bug, he has some gorgeous antennae. Well, my bug is going to have just sort of short antenna, like so. I think that looks pretty good. And then I think I'm going to put like a dot here and a dot here just to make him look a little special. And then that's about all the detail you want to work on. Here's what's going to happen. We are going to create a glue line over these sketch marks, okay? So you don't want a lot of detail and you don't want a lot of lines close together. You want to have a fairly large amount of space between your lines, because we will then, after the glue dries, go back and color our bugs with pastel chalk, which is so gorgeous. It's just amazing. So leave your lines a little open, your shapes a bit open, because you'll be coloring your detail in this project. Okay, so go ahead and get a symmetrical bug going on your black paper, and then we will continue in our next lesson.